What is up, everybody? Those who have joined a little early, we get started in a couple minutes. You are participating in Unsolicited Genius Live. It is, how do I say? It is a live recording of a podcast show. So if you've not been here before, we record live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, and I guess Mountain Time right now. Our super producer, Joe Nitty, cleans it up, edits it up, and we put it out everywhere, anywhere that your podcasts are found. So if your desire is to connect with us in person, connect with us live and in action, this is where we are. And we will get started in a couple of minutes. I'm bobbing my head. I got music in the background. So if you're watching and you're wondering, that's what it is. All right. So we will get started in 3, 2, 1, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1000. All right. Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to Unsolicited Genius. I am your curator, Carlton Ennis. On today's show, we are still talking about prime time. We will also discuss the new queen of sports and Father's Day in September. We hope to give you something to ponder. What is up, everybody? What is up? Welcome to Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. I've been having a good day. I hope the same can be said for you wherever you are and whatever you're doing. So, what's on your mind? What's got you vibing high today? What's got you a little bit concerned? I must say that the past week, since we last got together, there's been a lot of emotions, be it on TV, be it in my personal life, be it in the life of my clients. And the theme has been, why can't you cry? What is it that is stopping the tears from flowing? If you're not a crier, this ain't no judgment. But if you holding on to a thing, if you holding on to an energy, and you ain't have to do it in front of nobody, but sometimes it behooves us to just let it go. Jesus wept, why can't you? I'll leave it at that. So our headliners, I have prime time still in the headlines. We'll dive into college football later in the sports, but wherever I go, whatever I'm involved in, book club, client session, ESPN, CNN, on the radio, on the podcast, on Instagram, on YouTube, Deion Sanders is the talk of all of the towns. His team is 3-0, so there is proof in the primetime pudding. But in talking about him last week, one of the things that I thought he might do is expose some of the hypocrisies that exist in college football. Little did I know that he would also expose the hypocrisies in general. Check this out. See, the producer not here. I forgot to say that. So we're going to do this one more game.
But I'm curious, can you name a white coach off the top of your head that you think makes it about himself, sells sunglasses?
Well, can you name a white coach who they doubt like they doubted Dia? They don't do white coaches like that. When a white coach comes in, by default, they're like, well, yep, he's the man for the job. Everything was about doubting Dion. And he was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to come in. I'm going to win. So he was making it about himself as it relates to people doubting him. So, yeah, he's going to speak up for himself. You understand?
Why would he be selling his sunglasses? Like, have you ever seen a coach before who sells a merchandise brand completely separate from anything related to the team, makes his own pair of sunglasses and starts selling it to people?
What's wrong with that? Hell, the college sports for years, they made a grip off those black players, and those black players didn't get a dime. So, yes, I want Dion to market everything he can and make every dime he can.
I mean, it's not just that. It's just the whole thing. It's all about, it really is. There's no other program.
I swear, y'all hate to see a competent black person who ain't bowing down, who's winning. Why do y'all hate that so much?
Because it makes us insecure that we can't do it the same way he can.
Thank you. Thank you. But that's a you problem. At least say, I'm glad you're being honest, but that's a you problem.
I know, but when we see a black man shining, it just like tears us down because that's like all we have left is the coaches.
I know that.
But I'm curious.
And ladies and gentlemen, there it is. The hypocrisy has been revealed. Well, let me say it different. I don't want to say the hypocrisy has been revealed because this gentleman was being very honest. This is a caller in for the Tariq Nasheed's radio show. This gentleman called, expressed some frustration related to, PrimeTime's persona. Sunglasses got called out. He's making millions of bucks off selling sunglasses. And that's just one thing. But what he speaks to is the headliner, the frustration, the isms, the hate, the anger, the energy that is directed from some white folks to some black folks. Many of us would say all, many of us say most. Not going there right now, but we know that there is a problem and it's prevalent. Racism in America is real, and it shows itself in a number of different ways. But what this gentleman on Tariq Nasheed's show articulates is the basis for it. It is a insecurity. It is a them problem, not a me, we, us problem. And where that's important and why I call it out, speak to it, put it on the show is in my practice as a professional, as a person, I teach, preach, do my best to practice love. How do I love somebody that hates me? I find somewhere, something in that dynamic, in our energetic exchange to empathize with. And just as I have my insecurities, just as my child may have his insecurities, my best friends may have his insecurities, the people I know, love, care for have their insecurities that I choose to be a friend for, choose to be a support for. The person that's spewing hate, the person that's spewing angst, the person that's spewing animosity too is spewing sourced in at insecurity, which is their problem. I ain't got to get mad about that. Now, yes, there's a line. There's a physical dynamic. There's you've heard Uncle Mo talk about the worst thing he think another human can do to another human is spit on another human. All that being true, there are boundaries for your hate. But as long as it stays on the other side of that line, and you may talk about it, you may podcast about it, your voting may reflect it, your presidential hopeful may be spewing it, articulating all that angst and hate that you feel. I, Carlton Ennis, host and curator of Unsolicited Genius, owner of Carlton Ennis Company, coach at Carlton Ennis Coaching, empathize with you. Some days I feel sorry for you because that insecurity is a burden to bear. That insecurity will prevent you from enjoying the life that exists right in front of you. All your haves, but you mad because PrimeTime selling some sunglasses. It reveals itself in our politics. It reveals itself in our schools. It reveals itself in our communities. It reveals itself in our workplaces. It reveals itself in our church places. The insecurity masked, covered in racism is prevalent, is everywhere, is the source. I'm of the belief that in order to defeat a nemesis, you have to understand your nemesis. The nemesis isn't that caller to Tariq Nasheed's radio show. The nemesis is his insecurity. It is not mine to fix, but he needs to know, she needs to know, they need to know that it is fixable. What I do in my day, the way I dress, the way I speak, the way I carry myself is embedded in who God made me to be, flaws and all. But my shine should not darken your day. You have a choice in that. Young man that called in to Tariq Nasheed's show, I thank you for your honesty. It almost sounds like you didn't necessarily intend to reveal all of that, but it's out. It's out. Don't take it back. His thriving makes you feel less than. You can get help with that. Find your coach, find you a therapist, find you a friend, and talk that out. Do not let your insecurity be the thing that destroys you, destroys your opportunity to love in this life. Primetime Showboat, you ain't gotta like it. You got a lot of Black people upset, HBCU world. Right, wrong, or in between, they have a right to feel what they feel. He has a right to do what he do. We all have a right to be what we are being. But if at any point somebody's thriving, somebody's flourishing, makes you feel less than, that is a you problem and not theirs. You do not need to kneel on George Floyd's neck to feel better. You do not need to mistreat your colleague to feel better. You do not need to gather up other like-mindeds to create picket signs to shut down the downtown to profess that you will not replace us. Nobody's trying to. What I'm doing, what he's doing, what they're doing, what Primetime is doing is trying to live his life as best as he knows how. Agree, disagree, have your opinion. But don't let somebody else shine, steal your joy. And on that, we'll take a break, quick break. Be right back. All right, we'll be back in 3, 2, 1. What in the sports, really, what in the sports is going on? But first, I said a few minutes ago in the headliner segment, I too am flawed. Last week, I was derelict in my sports discussion duty, did not mention Coco Gauff. Mama may check me. Fact, she physically did it. So, let that be known if anybody's concerned about my well-being. I forgot to mention Coco Gauff won the US Open. So I'm gonna do it now. Corey Dion Coco Gauff, born March 13, 2004. Means she is 19 years old. On Saturday, September 9th, she defeated Arina Sabalenka, apologies for murdering your name, to become the youngest American to win the US Open since Serena Williams did it in 1999. So we partied like it was 1999. I was a little nervous about 2000. I know what's going to happen, but here we stand. 25 years later. No, we're in 23. 24 years later. Coco Gauff did that thing. As an athlete, as watching her be an athlete, perform as an athlete, for my ticket, she showed her gumption in that first round with Laura Siegler. It was tough, rough. If you had a chance to watch it, I didn't know she would make it out of the first round, let alone win the thing. The tennis tournaments are grueling. Football games happen in a couple hours, golf, a few more longer hours, basketball, baseball, done that day. But that tennis, well, golf over a couple of days. I take that back. Golf over a couple of days. Take it back. But tennis is over a couple of weeks. And the demand on their body, their mind, their spirits, it's tough to watch. I can't begin to imagine what it's like to be out there playing, and every game, every round, every match, you're going and you're pushing and you're fighting and you're clawing with this racket in an effort to get to the end. So not only is it a test of skill, it is truly a test of stamina. And Coco Gauff did that thing with strength. She did it with grace. She did it with mental fortitude. And to the human being that she is aware of the places and spaces she occupies, because she too is a tremendous athlete, but also a social and civil servant. Shout out to the new queen of sports. Clap, clap, Coco Gauff. To her fans, listen to the show. Sorry I left out last week. All right, so now, college football. Of course, we got PrimeTime, but I'm gonna do a rundown. I'm not gonna start. I'm gonna just go down my list. We got Michigan beat Rutgers, to be expected. Always want to say Michigan the real deal, but whatever they do today, they got to beat Ohio State in the later tomorrows. Nope, sorry, wrong week. That's this week. I'm coming back. Joe Nitty got to X that out. Michigan beat Bowling Green, to be expected. Everything else I said holds true. South Carolina almost got Georgia. I was hoping, but there might be some gaps in the Georgia Bulldog armor. A Florida Gator could hope. I don't know. For now, they number one, deserve to be so. Boston College, come on, what are y'all doing? 18 penalties. Do you know how many Gators was cheering for y'all? We had a chance, Boston College. Florida State, number 3. Texas, doing well. They got a long season to go, but ride the wave. Keep doing your thing. Ohio State, same thing. Beat Western Kentucky. Ohio State, you got Michigan at the end of the season, so you can win them all. Win them all. But will you beat Michigan? Penn State, haven't watched much. Stay undefeated. Keep doing your thing. Penn State, we'll see. Washington, I like the quarterback. I like their quarterback. Honestly, don't watch a lot of Washington football, time of the day, hour, et cetera, but the highlights look good. I'm a believer. What a difference a quarterback makes, Notre Dame. Can you keep it up? Can you keep it up? Long season. You, like Texas, y'all look good a lot of times, but it always comes down to that time, to that game. Can you maintain? Good luck. Dun. Tennessee came to the swamp and got chomped. Yum, yum, yum. I love the taste of volunteer. Utah still winning. The Gators today would have been a different game, but woulda, shoulda, coulda, don't matter. Oregon still winning. They got a PrimeTime opponent coming up. LSU, boo-hoo-hoo. They lost to Florida State, but they're still a good team. Oregon State, Ole Miss, all playing good football, still winning, still looking, like they might be able to cause some trouble down the stretch. Ole Miss can beat some teams in the SEC, can get, will they get to the SEC championship? Alabama, Georgia may not want it no more. I'll finish with Colorado, Oklahoma, North Carolina. Dude, what they gonna do? They look all right. Daniel Jones, your school looking all right. Washington State plays good football, historically. They put up some good games. They put up some good numbers. So let's see. UCLA finish out with Iowa. I ain't see y'all games. I only watch so much. So undefeated. Shout out to my Iowa friends, extended family. I'm wishing y'all good luck. But now, let's pull back PrimeTime. Now, I thought Colorado would have had an easier time against Colorado State, but Colorado State, within all of the trash talk about the sunglasses and the hat, they brought their A++ game. I think that hit against Colorado's number 12 was a cheap shot, but clearly the Sanders family have that winning gene. From the oldest son taking the 6 back to the youngest son winning it. They got some stuff to clean up. We talk opinions, not judgment. Might be a lot of distractions going on. It looked like the BET Awards on the sideline. I ain't begrudging them it. If it worked, so be it. But in a game like as each game, I guess, for Colorado, depending on where they're going, what they're trying to do, what Coach Sanders is trying to prove, each play is pertinent. So keep up the good work. Let's see if we could minimize the mistakes. Got a big game this week. Big game this week. Let me make sure. I believe it's Oregon. Yeah. You got Oregon, 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on ESPN. A lot of people cheering for Colorado. That wasn't. So Mr. Deion Sanders is doing his thing for him. He's doing his thing for his family. He's doing his thing for the Colorado Buffaloes. And he's bringing some other people along with him. So kudos. All right. So we transition to the NFL. Rundown. Eagles beat the Vikings. Say la vie. You know, I ain't got no love for the Eagles. I'm kind of hoping, was hoping that I don't want to call it a curse, but that dynamic with the Super Bowl loser has a fall off. I thought maybe the Eagles might. Early in the game against the Vikings, I thought maybe this was revealing itself, but Jalen Hurts is the man. I don't like it, but I respect it. Falcons, Packers, good game. You know, Jordan Love, he's showing up. He looked like he might be a franchise quarterback. You're not going to win them all, Packer fans. I know it was close, this frustration. You're not going to win them all. Shout out to the Falcons 2-0. Can y'all maintain it? We know what you've done in the past. But you look good, you do good. Bills, Raiders. Now, I am friends with the number one Raider fan. He has his podcast on YouTube. I think on Tuesdays. You know, I'm my confusion because I changed days, but I think his is on Tuesday. So I, go watch his show to learn more about the Raiders. The Ultimate Raider Fan on YouTube. Bills, Josh Allen showed up, so we'll see. What's wrong with the Bengals? Ravens a good team. Browns showing up. The Browns are showing up. But what's wrong with the Bengals? Is Joe Cool number 2 really hurt? He is one of my fantasy QBs, so I'll do my best to keep up with that. But what's up with the Bengals? Something's wrong. Seahawks, Lions, good game, entertaining game. Both teams 1-1 now, so we'll see. Can't quite call it. Titans, Chargers. Titans showed up. They got them a win at home. I don't know if there's something wrong with the Chargers, but we'll see. Season's young. Baker. I cheer for Baker Mayfield. The homies clown me, but I like his commercials. He's from Austin. I cheer for Baker. Baker Mayfield at this juncture is 2-0. Shout out to him and the Bucks. Got Bucks fans not even cheering for him. I know somebody that, but do your thing. Chiefs showed up, beat the Jaguars. Good game, no judgment there. Colts got a win. Texas not a great team, but a win is a win. 49ers, Rams, about what I expected. Matthew Stafford been my fantasy quarterback previous 2 years. I knew not to get him again, and that Matthew Stafford showed up. So the 49ers on the roll. You heard it here. I'm cheering for them to lose to the Giants. I ain't going to make no predictions this Thursday. I don't want to talk about the Cowboys. The Commanders, maybe. Eric Bieniemy, he's still an OC, supposed to be a head coach. But if he can maintain them winning ways, maybe the league will wake up and give this man the job that he has already deserved. Dolphins 2-0. Love my city. I am no Dolphin fan, but I'm happy for my peoples. It's been a long time since the words Miami Dolphins and Super Bowls were able to exist coexist in the same sentence. Saints, Panthers, Saints 2-0. Can't begrudge them that. Wasn't the most entertaining of games, but a win is a win. Browns, Steelers, sorry to my boy Nick Chubb. Sorry to my boy Nick Chubb. Not about me, just making a statement. He has been my keeper in my keeper league. He has been my fantasy running back for the last 3-4 years. He got me third place a couple times. Been riding his back. Appears that we won't be able to do that anymore, at least not this season. If he got to come back in him, come on back, brother. But it's tough to talk about letting them tears flow, not his, but those that like him, those who have humanity in them. What we saw Monday happen to him is tough. It is the game. It is tough. So to Nick Chubb, prayers to you, young man. Prayers to you, young brother. May your mind and your body and your spirit find peace in this storm. And may all of you, Nick Chubb, find healing. How about them Giants? Listen, always full disclosure on Unsolicited Genius. I was hurt. Still kind of hurt. 40-0 to the Cowboys. But then 20-something zip to the Cardinals with a backup QB, albeit athletic and, talented-ish for the NFL level in Josh Dobbs, but he ain't been there. And we in 6 quarters did not score a singular point. But that boy Danny Dimes woke up in the second half. And he put the team on his shoulders. Everybody played their part. But he won that football game for the New York Giants. Defense showed up. They had to get crucial stop, 3 and out. It was good team defense. I love good team defense. I love good team defense when all the parts play their part. Saquon showed up. Hodges showed up. Coaches showed up. But Daniel Jones, he did that thing. We're going to need you, Daniel Jones, this Thursday. Back in PrimeTime tomorrow night against the 49ers. Y'all stayed out in Arizona, stayed on the West Coast. You didn't go back home. Hope you got some rest. Hope your mind and body got some healing. Let's get that 2-1, please. Those that somehow watch this show and don't know Uncle Mo is a 49er fan, not a big trash talker, but he want to beat me. I want to beat him. Daniel Jones, come on, give it to me. Please, 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 please. Are you entertained? What y'all been listening to? I myself have been digesting Nas's Magic 3. Nas and Hit Boy's Magic 3. I don't know what these gentlemen are intending to do, but I believe they are literally making magic occur before our very ears. 6 albums in, 2 years, if even that. None of the albums are critically acclaimed classics. It's not Illmatic, Stillmatic, Blueprint, ATLiens, Liquid Swords. It's not that. But in the realm of all the musical noise and who's the mumble rapping and 50 years of hip hop and who the best and who the greatest and this, that, and the other, Nas is making music, good music, hot lyrics, intellectual thoughts. And I appreciate it. It's like having art on the wall. What him and Hit Boy have been making with these 6 albums is art for my ears. And as an aside, Weezy still got it. Do not be tricked. Louisiana has still got it. Side note, didn't talk about this last time. Killer Mike, album Michael, came out this summer. Album of the summer, no doubt. Album of the year so far. Recently released the deluxe version. If you ain't heard it, go check it. Tight work, Killer Mike, tight work. My takeaway is when you can be honest with you, you can share that honesty with anyone else. The end of it all, end of the day, we all love, we all laugh, we all suffer. When you share that pain, you give it a chance to dissipate. I am blessed to still have my mother here with me. But as Killer Mike said, my mama dead. And his heart poured out for us every word thereafter. What you been watching? Netflix, YouTube. I watched a Father's Day, a Kirk Franklin story. And I wept. Came out of nowhere. But to watch this man who I have watched and listened to for multiple decades at this point, to know the innovator that he is in Christian music and the influence and the impact in Christian music that he has and the influence that he has and the energy that he brings to his performance and, you know, the stories he shared, his struggles, his suffering, the relationship with his son that we all heard him have some choice words with. I did not know in all of it that he was adopted, had no clue in the complexity of the relationship with his mother. But in all he knew or thought he knew about his life, he shared it getting flipped upside down with us. So if you have not seen it, it is a worthwhile short documentary, if that's what it's called, only about 30 minutes. But what you are able to see is what trauma can do, what love can do, the value of a support system, what trials and tribulations truly can look like. And regardless of where you are and what you've done, there is hope. There is truth. There is always you. So as Kirk Franklin continues to journey, I believe the album comes out in October. I look forward to hearing the messages through his words, through his songs, through the Spirit be revealed, predicated on his life's journey, revealed to us in Father's Day, a Kirk Franklin story. You can find it on YouTube. What you've been reading? I Got a Fiction, Still World by B.V. Larson. It is one book of a 19-book series. So I am on a fictional journey with B.B. Larson. Finished book 1, we're on book 2. Book 2, good too. Without revealing the plot, I can tell you that this is Earth in the future. There is life in space. But what do I say? There is life in space, and the complexities that exist here on Earth with us, for us today, can perpetuate themselves on the galactic level. So all of us space crusaders that wonder and want to see who else or what else is out there, if you let B.B. Larson tell it, maybe you don't. And what I say, my takeaway, we shouldn't have to have a common enemy for humanity to unite. Right now, we at each other. Russia, US, China, US, Africa, Asia, Black, white, Puerto Rican, Cuban. Who else argue? Giants fans, Cowboys fans. We are all one species. We are more alike than we are unalike. Let us not have to have a galactic enemy be the one that forces us to unite. Let's do it on our own. And when they come, they might say we don't want it with them and go on their way. But if you like a good fiction, sci-fi, and you got the stomach for it, check out Still World. 1 of 19. So once first few pages had me hooked. So check it out. Still World by B.B. Larson. And on all of that, we'll take a break and be right back. This is Unsolicited Genius. Back in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. This is Unsolicited Genius. Thank you for tuning in, be it now, be it later. Hope you enjoy the show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow wherever we at, wherever we are. We like the interactions, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. Holla at us. Something you like, let me know, let us know. Something you don't like, let me know, let us know. Something we think we should talk about, let me know. All those who enjoy the show but don't vibe with the sports, it's all right. Other people do. You can fast forward or you can skip. Just like, subscribe, follow, and share. Shout out to the super producer, Joe Nitty. He is not here tonight. I have been flying, captaining this ship solo. I think I did all right. If not, let them know. Thank you to our sponsors, Legacy Wear, your legacy awaits. You can find them at www.legacywearus.com. Megacoil CBD, broad spectrum hemp derived CBD, the way nature intended. Find out, obtain, learn more about them at www.megacorecbd.com. And you spell CBD. Aura Rainwater, hydrate and elevate. Learn more, find out more, obtain at www.aurarainwater.com. And me, Carlton Ennis Coaching. I encourage, I support, I guide others toward being their light. Be your light. Learn more, find out more at www.carltonINNISSCO.com. If that's too much to remember, carltoninnes.com should redirect you anyway. So check me out. LinkedIn, LinkedIn, Facebook. Reach out. Want to learn more about what I do, how I do what I do? Ask the question, I will let you know. Special shout out to Rand Carthon, General Manager of the Tennessee Titans, on getting that first win. To my chapter frack brother. Love you, bro. Also want to give a special shout out to the AHA Book Club. That is where I read some of these other books when I get through or talk about it. But the AHA Book Club, there is an AHA community on Facebook if you're interested, if you want to uplift, if you want some consciousness, if you want to join the book club. Check out the AHA community on Facebook. Strangers sharing their lives. And I love them for it. Get you out of here on this Thoughts of Genius. There is not a masterpiece that paints itself. Not the Mona Lisa, not any work of art, be it a picture, sculpture, monument, painting, drawing, a photograph. Photos don't take themselves. They are present. They are pieces of parts. There are tools that the artists use to create. In the spirit of the Lord, we are each masterpieces in his eyes. You are not your creator, but you live it. You are a masterpiece. You can do, you can show, you can be, but in all things in your life experiences, there are aspects that are completely outside of your control. Without the artist, the Mona Lisa was a paintbrush, canvas, and some paint of different colors. It took a creator, it took a genius to piece that together. You are a masterpiece, not of your own doing. But it don't mean that you can't be beautiful. It means wherever you are, whatever you're doing, however you're being, you can shine. You are a work of art. You are special. There is no reason to believe or perceive otherwise. No original piece of art looks like another's original piece of art. Be you dark, be you tall, be you skinny, be you chunky, be you in another gallery on another part of the planet. You are special where you are. How you got there, why you got there has relevancy, but it don't necessarily matter because you're here. I was not present for the painting of the Mona Lisa. I just know it is revered. It is revered. I am revered. You are revered. We are revered. We each are amazing works of art. Join us next week, same genius time, same genius channel. And for whenever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good night.